Apprentice, your arrival here is well timed. I'm Bullock, a Jedi from the Enclave. I was sent by the Jedi Council to investigate a killing that took place here a few hours ago. Communication does not pose a problem with both the suspects, and I speak basic and high. Let's see. I was going to handle this case myself. That you are here would be an excellent opportunity for you to demonstrate how well you have been learning your lessons at the Academy. Though you're not yet a full Jedi, perhaps you could assist me in sorting out the truth from the lies. Listen to the stories given by the two suspects. I have brought in information retrieval droid with access to the archives both of the Jedi Enclave and Planetary Council. I will use my wisdom and experience to offer some guidance, but I will not solve the case for it. It's a little benefit if you do not solve the problem yourself. Consider each man's account. Check the facts with the information droid once you've got all the evidence. Use them to run through the possible scenario with. If you are unable to come to a satisfactory resolution, then I will take these men to the Enclave and deal myself. According to the accounts of the participants, these three men were out here in the field together earlier before the clouds broke. I find that very odd. Most people would see each other indoors when the sky is filled with dark storm clouds, as it was earlier today, but that is not the most puzzling aspect of the case. The dead man called her neck was shot in the back with a blaster rifle. A rifle was found lying near the body with bloodstains. It has been sent back to the Enclave. Whatever. Two other men were found at the scene when I arrived. One was Hando Gould, he was unarmed. The other was Rickard Lessoff, who was carrying a hunting laser. Both men say they did not do anything, and that they came across the body, but both are also accuse the other. Obviously, there is more to this than what we have been told. There's one last thing. When I arrived, and Don was holding his side and Rickard was favoring one of his legs. You would do well to remember this as we progress. Is there anything else you need? I will remain here for questions. Okay.
Another Jedi, huh? Helping that Twi'lek investigate, no doubt. He seems stumped. I'm Rickard Lusoff. Maybe you can figure this out and let me get out of here. Well, I was out hunting Iriaz when I spotted one over here by the bridge. I pull out my rifle and aim at it. I couldn't see it that well, mind you, because the damn sun was in my eyes. So I shoot it and it drops. I walk over here and find Handon standing over Calder's body. So why don't you get this whole farce over with and send that whiner Handon to the prison he belongs in?
Alright.
Ah, greetings. You must be assisting Master Baluk in his investigation. I'm Handon Gould. Perhaps you've heard of me? Well, I presume you wish to hear my story, then. I shall tell you, of course, but there's not much to it. I'm sure that you'll agree that Rickard is quite obviously guilty of murder. You see, I was out here running earlier today. Yes, running. I do that a lot. Can't stand speeders, never use them. Keeps me in shape, too, you know. Anyway, I was out running on the other side of that bridge there, and all of a sudden I heard a shot coming from over here. I ran over and found this man Calder lying on the ground, dead. And I saw Rickard come skulking out of the shadows of the rocks south of the river, and I knew something was wrong. I hit my emergency button and called the Enclave right away. Well, there. That's my story. Now, please hurry this up and arrest Rickard so I can get on with my day.
Alright, that's it. Just gonna arrest Rickard.
Greetings, apprentice. You must be the one Master Baluk has enlisted to help him with this problem. I am an information retrieval droid. I can assist you by accessing the records of both the Jedi Enclave and the central government facilities here on Dantooine. If you have any need of my services, please do not hesitate to talk to me. I have already retrieved some information from the archives on Calder Netic, Rickard Lusoff, and Handon Gould. I have also had time to examine the body of Mr. Netic. Is there any information you require? Is there any other information you need? My preliminary analysis of the body indicates that he was killed approximately 3 hours ago by a single energy blast to the torso. Is there any other information you need? These plains are rife with wild animals, not all of them benign. The Irias are mostly docile, but can easily be provoked to violence. Calf hounds, on the other hand, are much more deadly. There have been over 35 catalogued attacks on settlers by calf hounds in the last 2 weeks. A general advisory was given out 3 days ago to carry a weapon at all times when on the plains. Small farms and holdings dot the plains and can provide safe refuge for those in need. Is there any other information you need? Very well. I will be here to assist you.
So, what do you want to know? I shot, and when I came over here, I found Handon standing over the body, holding his side. There wasn't an Irias in sight. I think he might have taken it. Calder must have been hunting it himself, because there was a rifle lying close to the body. Bullock's got that now. Mine too. I want that back. So, what do you want? I told you already, didn't I? Was hunting some Irias. Haven't seen many in the area recently, what with those cat hounds acting up. But they're still around. Was in my blind a little south of here when I spotted one, like I said before. I shot, and pow, it went down. But when I come over here, there's Handon standing over the body and the Irias was gone. Now, I don't have nothing to do with this, so can I go now? So, what... Well, I kind of sprained my ankle running through the bush before I found the body, but it's nothing that serious. So... Right.
Alright.
How can I be of further... Injured? No, of course not. Why would I have been? Fit as a bantha. I run. I don't know if I mentioned it.
Alright,
Is there any other...
yes, is there something I can do to help you in this investigation? Very well. Start at the beginning. If we find the truth behind each piece of the puzzle, we will no doubt resolve the case. And said that he was nearby and heard a shot and ran over, only to find Calder already dead. He said Rickard came out of the shadow of the rocks with a blaster in his hands. Rickard said that he was hunting Irias, saw one through the glare of the sun and shot at it. It is possible that Rickard may have shot Calder accidentally and may have found the body, but that seems a very unlikely explanation. Unlikely, at least one of them is lying. Obviously, one of these men is not something. Where does the truth lie? Why do you believe that? What did I click? Oh my god, well, why did I... Yes, well done. It is very cloudy this morning. If it had happened as Rickard said, the sun would not have been visible at the time of the killing. You seem to have caught Rickard at a bit of a lie. It seems I was correct in assuming you could help me with this case. This lie doesn't prove Rickard is guilty, but I think you have taken the first step in unraveling this mystery. We should proceed on to the next point. You need to find a motive for the killing. Maybe you should talk to the men about their relationship with the victim. If there's anything else you need, I will remain here while you question the witnesses. Okay.
So, what do you want to know? Yeah, I knew him. Hell, we've known each other for a good long time. Doesn't mean I really have to have liked the slime ball. Maybe I shouldn't be so hard on him. Especially now that he's dead. We actually got along pretty well most of the time. We just had our differences. We were actually business partners. We were involved in some orbit-to-ground transport operations for Aerotech. Can I leave now? I should probably be the one to give the news to his wife. So, you Jedi are so predictable, always seeing some greater purpose behind everything, when the simple answer is usually the right one. Can't you see that it must have been Handon? I found him standing over the damned body. I don't know why this is causing you so much trouble. You almost seem as lost as this Bullock guy. Right.
Definitely seems like it's him right now.
How can I be of further assistance? I knew him a little bit, but I was not any sort of great friend to him or anything. I never really associated with him that much. In truth, I didn't really want to. He had a reputation. Very inconsiderate of family, I heard. But merely having heard unkind things about someone wouldn't make me want to kill him. I'm sorry, I'm getting a bit agitated. Why must we remain here? Can't you see that Rickard must have shot him? How can I be of further... Of course.
Is there any other... The Southwood Speeder rental business has records that over the past several weeks, a speeder had been rented by Mr. Nettick and Mr. Gould. Is there any other information you need? According to the municipal authorities near the Garrow spaceport, there had been news of violent drunken activity in a cantina attached to the port. Apparently, a Mr. R. Lusoff was making accusations at a Mr. C. Nettick about cheating him in a business deal. Jedi Tuka was dispatched to the scene and restored order. Is there any other information you need? Very well.
Okay.
How can I be of... But I realize this must seem like a motive to you, but I assure you it isn't. I dislike Calder, true. I would punch his face in, given the opportunity, but I would not kill him. My wife was cheating on me with him. I slept in my own bed while I was in the next room. But, as much as I may hate him for that, I could not kill him. It may have been my own fault for driving my wife away. I must try not to take the law into my own hands. I was just out running, trying to clear my head for the divorce proceedings, not stalking him to kill him. Running is not a crime. How can I... Well, you see, Calder was involved in some pretty sordid business from time to time. More often than not, I've heard. Disreputable business practices, even more disreputable clients. I've even heard he had dealings with a hut here on Dantooine. Now, I bet you're wondering if I had any reasons to kill the man, but I tell you, I hardly knew him. I saw him once or twice, yes, and I've heard some pretty unkind things about him, but certainly nothing that would make me want to kill him. Knock his block off, maybe, sure, but not kill him. I hope you don't find that incriminating. Normally, I'm not prone to outbursts like that, but Calder, Mr. Nettick, He was not a very nice person. Not a very nice person to me or my family. I had had my suspicions for several weeks, but had no proof until 2 days ago. It seems Calder was seeing my wife. Right under my nose, no less. But, as much as I may hate him for that, I could not kill him. It may have been my own fault for driving my wife away. I was just out running, Of course.
Alright, let's check it out.
So, what do you want to know? Now, I don't love Calder, but we go back a long way. We run a suborbital shipping and transport company out of Garang Spaceport. We've been partners in that business for well over 20 years, and we've been doing just fine the way we are. Right. So, what do you want? Now, I don't love... We've been... Right.
Okay.
Is there any other...
Dr. Beaumont? Yes, is there something I can help you with in your investigation? We know Rickard lied about the sun blinding him while he was shooting, but we need more to go on. Let's examine the relationship of each man with the victim. Tanner told me he barely knew the victim. On the other hand, Rickard was and the victim were business partners. However, according to Rickard, they got along quite well on the surface. Neither men seem to have a motive for killing Calder. Or do you believe that? Well, that certainly is a motive for murder. The case is taking shape, however. You must do any quick conclusions. You should now focus on the murder itself. You might want to see what information the witness and the information can provide you about the blaster found in the body. If there is anything else you need, I will remain here while you question the witnesses.
Is there any other information you need? We cannot get any more specific analysis from that sample other than the fact it did not belong to Calder. Is there any other information you need?
How can I be of further assistance? That blaster was stolen from my house last week. I never knew what happened to it. I hardly have enough money to afford a single blaster, let alone another. I can't tell you how important it is to have a weapon on hand with all these ravenous cat hounds around. Even an Irias can take a man down if it gets in the mood. Every settler has a weapon. It's our most prized possession. I would most appreciate it if I could have that back after you determine that Rickard is the killer. How can I be of further assistance? Of course.
So, what do you want to know? That blaster? Never seen it before. Calder himself had a preference for Echani weaponry. He had this one really nice light blaster rifle that he always used. Always wished I could get myself a rifle like the one he had. That blaster ain't it, though. Calder only had the one rifle, too, so he either must have borrowed that, or it's someone else's. Right.
So what have you determined about the weapons found by the body? So the blaster could be linked to anyone. I'm afraid that is not very helpful. Maybe the case is too complicated for you to solve. You have done well, but maybe this is beyond your training. Perhaps it would be best if I return to... What? I clicked that...
어떤가 군 헝가비. 원업타 공주 스탁 미끼 그라블 먹어. 같이.
Wait, it legitimately...
Is there any other I thought to find the record of the missing weapon report Mr. Gould filed with the authorities, but there does not seem to be one. Is there any other information you need?
How can I be of further... That blaster was stolen from my house. I hardly have enough money to... Even in Erie, I would most appreciate... How can I be of further... Of course.
So we have caught in a lie. Interesting. I think we may need one final piece of the puzzle. There was a blood sample on the weapon that had been sent back for analysis just before you arrived. Perhaps you could inquire what the information would about it. Is there anything else you need? I will remain here while you question the witnesses. Alright.
Is there any other information? I have just received back an analysis of a sample of the blood found on the weapon. It had been sent back to the enclave just before you arrived. The blood on the weapon is definitely not Calder's. Unfortunately, there was a bacterial contaminant in the sample that had been taken back to the laboratory, and it had become degraded. We cannot get any more specific analysis from that sample other than the fact it did not belong to Calder. Is there any other information you need? Very
Okay.
So, what do you want to know? Right.
How can I be... Injured? How can I be... Of course.
Hmm.
정 아봉샤 옵니나 왕가콘.
Didn't belong to the victim. This is kind of surprising, so the blood must belong to one of the suspects, but which one? Say it's Handon. Why do you believe that? He's clutching his side. And has been moving on since I arrived. Perhaps we should examine him a little more closely.
Hey, what are you doing?
There's blood, and it appears to have suffered some sort of blaster wound to his side. It would seem there is one logical scenario. Handon killed Calder for having an affair with Rickard was hunting and accidentally shot Handon after he killed Calder. I agree. And so you have made your judgment in this case.
I can leave now, then?
What? No!
Yes, Mr. Gould. Is there something wrong? Do you feel justice has been done? Do you feel you should be taken to the Enclave for sentencing?
No. If I'm going, I'm not going alone. You don't know what you've done. Look, I came out here, I admit, to kill Calder. But so did Rickard. He must have thought it was Calder when he shot and hit me. So I'm going to prison. But I shouldn't be going alone. Did you idiots have to let the slime ball go?
It appears the investigation is I imagine. If we examine the business records, we will discover Calder has been cheating Rick. That information would have been easily accessible through the information. Should have... What?
Yes, you tentacle-headed moron! I came out here and killed Calder, but Rickard was here to do that too, and he shot me by mistake.
I will turn on Mr. Golden's custody, and I also have the authorities apprehend Mr. Lustov. It's a minor inconvenience, but one well worth the cost if you have a lesson. I realize your judgment was incorrect. I allowed you to make it so you could understand that there is always consequences in your actions as a Jedi. You must always remember this. That's some fucking bullshit. I looked at it. There was never dialogue. Good day and made the. There's never a fucking dialogue off. That's some grade A fucking bullshit.
Yes?
Alright. Oh wait, isn't there a, Yeah, can I just fast travel? Completely forgot about that. Okay. Let's see. Let's continue, or talk to the Jedi Council. Oh yeah, let's talk to her first.
I must give you my thanks. Because of you, I am once again welcome within the Jedi Order. I have spoken to the Council, and they have helped me see the truth. The truth about myself, and the truth of my actions. Quatra's injuries were not so severe as I first believed. I was foolish to believe I could harm a master such as she with my clumsy efforts. The fierce confrontation between us was nothing more than part of my training. Quatra wanted me to understand the threat of the dark side, to see how easy it was to fall from the path of light. After our last battle, Quatra had nothing left to teach me. I needed time alone to explore the turmoil of my own spirit. Only then was I ready to follow a guide. You. Back to the light. When I left, Quatra knew her work with me was done. There are other disciples who need training throughout the galaxy, and she could not stay to see if I passed this most difficult trial. With your help, I have passed this difficult trial. The Council now feels I am ready to continue with my training, though they have asked me to wait here for the time being.
Hey, I'm glad to see you're not getting hung up on all this. The past is in the past, you know?
First the Jedi trick you into becoming an enemy, then they welcome you back as a friend. I can't say I approve of their training methods.
I do not know what the Council has in store for me, but I will trust in the Force, in the way of the Jedi to help me through whatever is to come.
Alright. Now let's go talk to the Council. talk to this guy or whatever.
You have done well, my pupil. The ancient grove has been purified, and Juhani's journey down the dark path has been halted. Because of you, she walks once more in the light. But though she was saved, do not dismiss what happened to her. Juhani is both dedicated and true to the ideals of the Order, yet she was still vulnerable to the dark side, as are we all. She struck her master in anger during her training, and injured her greatly. But it was Quattra's choice to test Juhani this way, and it seems to have made its point. Juhani has been redeemed, and you have passed your final test. Congratulations, apprentice. Or should I say, congratulations, Padawan. You have proven yourself worthy of joining the Jedi. Let me be the first to welcome you as a full-fledged member of our Order.
Alright. So I'll let him.
It is good to see Juhani has returned to the way of the light. You are to be commended for your role in this. Your actions give us great hope for the future. Your training is now complete, Padawan. And perhaps now, it is time we dealt with the matter of the dream you and Bastila shared. When we heard of the ruins in your dreams, Master Dorak recognized it as one of a series of ancient structures here on Dantooine. This one in particular lies to the east of this enclave. We sent a Jedi to investigate, but he has not returned. Perhaps sending him in the first place was a mistake. The Force is guiding you through your visions. It may be that exploring the ruins is a task tied to your destiny. That is why the Council has now decided you should be the one to investigate this. The secrets to stopping Malak may be hidden within those ruins. You must investigate them and find what Revan and Malak were looking for. Be sure to bring Bastila with you. There is a powerful link between you, and you will need to draw strength from each other during the trials ahead.
Alright.
I demand justice. The Central family is a blight upon Dantooine. They must be punished.
The Council will look into this matter, Mr. Matale. You must be patient. Your accusations have no proof, and we do not want you stirring up trouble with the Sandrals if there is some mistake.
Mistake? My son Shen is missing. How can there be any doubt the Sandrals are to blame?
There are other possible explanations for your son's disappearance.
Ah, you Jedi are good for nothing but talk. I shall only wait so long before I take action on my own.
As dangerous as the threat from Darth Malak and the Sith may be, we Jedi cannot simply abandon our other responsibilities. The Council has promised Alan Matale we will look into his son's disappearance. Should you have time, Padawan, you may want to investigate this matter.
If Shen Matali is not returned to his father, it may ignite a savage and bloody feud between the Matali and Sandral estates. We must not allow that to happen.
Your study and training are important, of course, but the Jedi are not a cloistered order. Our influence and teachings must spread beyond the walls of our academies.
It is in the real world that we truly prove ourselves worthy of the title Jedi. You would do well to remember this, young Padawan.
Not to mention that I wouldn't mind getting out of this enclave for a bit. I mean, come on. How bad could it be?
Alright, well. Anyways, I'm going to end this one off here. In the next one, we'll go investigate the ruins. So yeah. Anyways, I've been Xcon. I'll see you guys in the next one.
Bye. We run a suborbital shipping and transport company out of Garang Spaceport. We've been partners in that business for well over 20 years, and we've been doing just fine the way we are. Right. So, what do you want?